In this video, I'll be reviewing all of the qualities of Lemonade that make it great and that give it a competitive advantage that could really lift the stock long term, so that in theory, we as investors could make a lot of money.
I was never in this for the money. But it turns out that the money was an absolute necessity for me.
So what makes Lemonade unique? Well, there's one key thing that makes them unique. It is that they are a full stack insurance provider built on a fully digital platform with the ideal in mind. This is versus a legacy system or legacy systems of old companies with many conflicting internal interests. The next question is, what are the advantages of a digital system over a legacy system or systems? So what are those advantages? Let's go into them. First of all, there's efficiency in administration, okay? All done in one simple app. So you just have one simple app that can do everything all your customer needs. There's no papers, there's no brokers needed. There's use advanced chatbots that can make your customer experience delightful, but also much more efficient experience for Lemonade. There's a simple claims process with video recording. So that's very streamlined. Again, simple process for the customer and for Lemonade as a company. And then many claims are processed with no human involvement whatsoever. So there's a major efficiency in administration just because they've cut out a lot of the middlemen, a lot of the extra sort of non-value adding steps that are in legacy insurance, replace it with one simple digital app, website, one digital system. There's also efficiency in expansion, another huge advantage. You have no brick and mortar shops. Everything in an app allows much more nimble and fast expansion and can be in new countries with very few to zero employees needed. This is why I think if Lemonade is successful, they have massive upside, much bigger than most people are thinking, because they could continue to expand globally, push, expanding globally into all kinds of new countries. Massive upside. Another major advantage is their geographic expansion and ambition to do so. A big advantage of this is that it could lower the concentration risk of catastrophic events. So if one insurer, say, is all their customers are, say, pooled only in North America, maybe some huge geographic or natural disaster occurs, and you can have major damage, major risk as an insurer. But at least if you're all over the world, that risk can be at least spread out and spread around further, so you don't have as many sort of massive, scary, catastrophic events that affect all your customers. Next advantage of this digital system is fraud prevention. So everything is or can be recorded digitally, and because of that, you are able to detect for fraud in a more systematic way. Of course, when customers file a claim, there's a video recording. They can be looking at your face, your facial features, of course, any other sort of data signals and interactions you've had with them over time to detect, are you likely telling the truth, or is there any sort of more probability, should we look at this a little bit deeper and closer, that you might be stretching the truth or even committing fraud. Another advantage is that everything is measurable. So every customer's interaction can be measured. If it wasn't a digital system, this wouldn't even be possible to do this, and there are advantages because everything is measurable. Some of that it has to do with the fraud prevention that we just mentioned, but also another advantage because of that measurability is that there could be better underwriting. So you have what I call this sort of nuanced data from digital fingerprints. I'm going to call the nuanced data that Lemonade collects on their customers. This could be things such as the time of day they file a claim or they sign up for their insurance product. It could be the time, do they read the fine print or do they skip over the fine print? Where did they sign up? Did they sign up at work or on the bus or at McDonald's, or where was it, or at home? The Google search keywords that brought them to the Lemonade website or to the app. Maybe it was cheap insurance or good insurance. Those could be two different sort of data signals that tell you something about the risk profile of the person you might be writing insurance for. And sum together all these signals, and there could be thousands of these kind of little signals, along with more sort of traditional proxies as well, layered on top of that. They all make a better underwriting profile of someone, or at least that's the theory. And Lemonade mentioned this in their recent earnings letter, that they have their latest lifetime value machine learning model, and essentially it's taking thousands of data points for every customer and trying to predict how likely are you to churn and cancel your insurance, to claim, to make a claim, and also to cross-sell. How likely are you to cross-sell, upsell to other additional insurance products? And of course, when they find a person or type of person with a profile with low chance of churning, low chance of claiming, and a high chance of upselling, those are the kind of people they're going to look for, scour the globe for as they expand globally, and really try and target those kind of customers and keep those kind of customers. Another advantage of their digital system is that they can offer niche insurance products, or the unloved products of the market. So they can offer these niche insurance products such as renter's insurance or even e-bike insurance. And I can see in the future them offering all kinds of other very niche products. Maybe you want to insure a piece of art, or you want to insure a pair of shoes, or even small little items where you have very small sort of contracts, insurance contracts for them. And the only way you could do so is, the only way an insurer could even offer that is if they had super streamlined, super operationally efficient structure, and that's sort of what Lemonade has built and has, so they could offer these kinds of products. And because of their more efficient admin and easier rollout of these products, they're able to do that, and they could do that for more and more niche, unloved products of the future. And these products may not even be huge money makers, but they could onboard new customers, even especially younger customers, first-time insurance customers, those sort of people, as sort of an onboard ramp to the Lemonade ecosystem. And then that brings us to the bundling of products. As you have this whole slew of products you could offer, as a customer uses more products, they get a better risk profile. They being Lemonade, they get a better risk profile of that person. And safer customers, they can offer better bundled rates too, and riskier customers they can try and avoid. And Tim Bixby, Lemonade CFO, talked about this in their recent earnings conference call, where he said, the average customer might have $200, $300 in premium right now, but easily many of those customers could sort of springboard up to $3,000 in premium per customer as they get older, as they sign up for more and more products. And then some of those $3,000 customers could even springboard up to much higher amounts, such as $10,000 in premium per customer. Maybe they get much wealthier and they have bigger houses or multiple houses, more cars. And this is kind of how you grow with a customer and have huge compounding advantages for some of these really top tier customers. Being fully digital also means they are lean and nimble, and that means they can easily update and make changes, tweak things rapidly, make improvements one way or the other, and then measure those improvements, how they're doing. Easily roll out and change products. And they mentioned this in their recent earnings letter, that in the last 12 months, they did 12,000 software builds into production. So that's 1,000 software builds every month. And if there's 20 working days every month, that means there's 50 software updates or improvements every single working day. Constant little tweaks and corrections, changes to the software that they easily can roll out. Being digital means they're also targeting younger customers who are digitally savvy. So 90% of customers are first-time insurance buyers. 90% of Lemonade's customers are first-time insurance buyers. And as customers age, and if they're happy with Lemonade, they'll likely continue to use it as long as the pricing is competitive or good, and they just continue to love the product and the whole experience, and then they're going to continue to likely use Lemonade. And as they get older, they'll tend to buy larger insurance products, as we just talked about. And then finally, because of this digital system, digital structure Lemonade has, their customers are happier. They have a net promoter score of 70, at least that's what they have reported in the past, and they have faster and easier process for signing up and making claims. So it's just all around a better process for you as a customer. So those are the qualities of Lemonade that make it unique, that make it special. And you might be wondering, what about the quantitative analysis of Lemonade? What about the numbers side? I have a detailed model for Lemonade. I will link the latest video where I walk through some of this model in the description and up above in the top right corner. Also, though, if you want to support the channel and play with this model yourself and see it in its entirety, then I encourage you to join my Patreon. There's only 6 spots left at the $4 or $3 US, the cheapest spot, and then it will be jumping up to the higher level. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's in the bag.